Hello, beautiful souls. Wellside Coaching here, and in today's video and topic, I would love to talk about being comfortable in your skin. And this has been my ongoing journey. When I was a teenager, even being a young girl, we often feel peer pressure to have a certain standard on how we should look, how we should dress, how we should do our makeup and hair to be considered beautiful enough, or to fit into certain societal beauty standards. And the woman is constantly peer pressured to reach beauty, right? And that can often lead to toxic beauty, where the female feels like she constantly has to strive to feel beautiful. And if she is not seen as beautiful, then that means she is not enough or beautiful enough. And can you see how toxic is that for a woman's self-esteem? Where we might feel insecure, when we have acne, when we start developing our bodies, or when we feel our jeans feel a little more tighter, or we might gain weight, or our body goes through so many different changes. And that can often make you feel very uncomfortable as a woman striving for beauty, right? And I have 3 steps for you, and that can also be for males as well, not falling into the category of a beautiful male, right? To constantly look perfect, or that can lead to body insecurity, a lot of insecurities, not only for young males, not only for young males and young women, but also for adult males and adult women, and even older men and older women. And there's so much insecurity. And by being comfortable in your skin, not everyone is comfortable being in their skin. And so I have 3 steps for you. And with that, let's go ahead and get to the first step. Start embracing who you are. Easier said than done, right? How can you start embracing who you are? By starting to value who you are as a person, as an individual, what makes you you. And I know it might seem cheesy or overly complicated or quite simple. It depends if you feel comfortable being in your skin, and not everybody does. And I had to learn this lesson on a personal level, because I used to work in the beauty industry. I used to do someone's hair, I used to do someone's makeup, right? And my job was to make people feel beautiful. And so that started to affect my self-esteem, because I started to feel that I was covering their beauty. And I myself started to feel very insecure, with toxic perfectionism, and feeling like I always had to look a certain way to be considered beautiful enough. And that can lead to so many things, right? Low self-esteem, limiting beliefs, and body insecurity. And so I didn't feel beautiful enough without makeup, right? I didn't feel beautiful enough when I had my hair in a messy bun and I didn't have any makeup on. I had to get comfortable with those parts of myself. And, not to always have my hair perfectly done. And, being comfortable in your skin is being comfortable, being uncomfortable, because it requires for us to embody those parts of ourselves or that we try to hide or run away from. And that is our evolution and embodiment to embody. And so start embracing who you are, start to value who you are today, and know that you are enough. And with that, let's get into the second step. Reaching for body perfectionism can lead to mental illness. And how I was saying, that also affected myself. Not only it affects your mental health, but your psychology of the self and how you view yourself. And you can go into perfectionism, you can feel like an imposter, and where you feel like you cannot be yourself. Because if you do, then you will not be liked, you will not be considered beautiful enough, you will be considered not enough. And doing different hair types and doing makeup on different skin tones and styling males and females hair. I've learned that beauty comes in all shapes and sizes, skin colors, and body sizes. And being comfortable in your skin is being comfortable embracing yourself. As yourself, as who you are, right? Your individuality, embracing your individuality. And knowing that there's a form of healthy self-esteem, and you don't have to beat yourself up into toxic, low self-esteem because you feel peer pressured by the magazines you see, by the advertisements that you see, by the commercials that you see, by the people who sell products that can enhance how you look, right? Or that peer pressure you into getting Botox, surgeries, certain celebrities, right? Because that is who they are, their image. And so when you detach yourself from the false images and you look at yourself honestly and you view the mirror of your authenticity, you start to see your inner beauty and know that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And that is you, yourself. And to know that you are beautiful. You don't have to strive for toxic beauty to feel beautiful enough. Be comfortable in your skin. Wear your hair in a messy bun with no makeup on. Feel uncomfortable. And know that by doing so, you start to realize it is uncomfortable, it is scary, and you don't know how to feel because you're so used to covering yourself up. And with males, I have learned that they're also insecure about their body. And, where they might feel insecure in not being good enough or attractive enough for the female, right? Or they feel they have to be in competition with another male, where they feel uncomfortable in their skin. And that can often lead to disembodiment and low self-esteem. Low self-esteem also affects the male. And there's so much advertisement as well for the male, for him not to feel good enough, that he has to be a businessman, that he has to get money, that he has to have a lot of women, right? A player archetype in order to be seen as attractive. And there's so many illusions for the male, and that can often lead him getting lost in insecurity. And by reaching for body perfectionism, you can often develop eating disorders. You can often develop depression, anxiety, body dysmorphia. You can often develop self-hate. That is a very strong word. Can you repeat it? Self-hate. How does that make you feel? Does it trigger you? Does it make you uncomfortable? And reaching for body perfectionism is quite imperfect, such as the woman, counting calories and developing, again, eating disorders and starving herself with, anorexia or mental illness problems. And that can lead to so much self-hate where you feel like you battle yourself and your body every single day, and that is exhausting for the woman, myself included. I used to be one of them. I used to beat myself up all the time. And as a woman, we can often feel like we have to compete to be, a top 10, right? And if we're not seen as beautiful enough, and there's so many illusions on, the woman being beautiful. And if she doesn't look a certain way, if her breasts don't look a certain way or her behind doesn't look a certain way, she is not considered beautiful enough. And so start to see beauty beyond the physical body, beyond the hair, beyond, and start to see authenticity instead. And with that, let's get into the third and final step. Start by improving your overall well-being. Focus on your mental health, your emotional health, and your physical health. And by focusing on your mind first, you start to be aware of the limiting beliefs and the toxic stories you keep telling yourself that can create low self-esteem. Embracing your emotions and not running away from them. Understanding your psychology of the self. That's what I mean by your overall well-being. Take care of your body as well, and don't hate yourself if you have a donut. Don't beat yourself up if you have a cookie. Balance. And balance is key, and we are often looking for ways to balance ourselves. And by exercising or by balancing what we eat and by making better choices, right? And by changing the way you do your makeup, not using so much makeup. Or what would be another one? Start dressing for yourself. Experiment with your sense of style. Find your own unique way, right? In what makes you feel comfortable in your skin. And you don't have to abandon who you are. Embrace all parts of yourself. And that is the main point of this video. Embracing all parts of yourself and make you who you are. Know that you are enough and you don't have to strive for perfectionism. And you don't have to hate your body. Start by loving your body. Start by thinking about all the ways your body works for you instead of against you. Start valuing who you are and what you like about yourself instead of what you hate about yourself. And shift your thinking and your perception in valuing who you are instead of discrediting who you are not. And so I hope this video resonates, and till then.